What am I going to do?
You might remember Louis Ciardulli.
Louis, close the mouth so the heart won't come out.
You might remember how his good humor masked his uncertain future. It still does.
Miss Bowman, I'm going to be a pretzel soon. I'm going down as a person. I'm going to come back down as a pretzel.
He suffers from an extremely rare bone disease, osteopetrosis. Marble bone, it's called. Simply put, the bones grow wide rather than long.
Coming, guys.
We're waiting.
Coming.
He is completely blind in one eye, virtually blind in the other.
It's me. Because Louis has to come.
No worry.
This is PS 201, a New York City elementary school. And this is Mrs. Baltman's class for children whose vision is severely impaired.
I hate this. So do I. Don't worry, I'll hold you back.
Louis, the teacher's pet.
Are you ready for work?
Yeah, I guess so.
What'd you tell me to do yesterday?
Well, I told you to be calm. I know that. I told you to be calm.
What about sharpen my...
Repertoire. Sharpen your repertoire. You gotta eat.
Louis, the conscience of the class.
You don't eat. I'm gonna tell Mrs. Morton. And I will tell her.
This is the first flower you ever made, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep going. You know, I spoke to the Board of Education, and they decided that they're going to send you to the 194.
We were there in June, near the end of the last school year, more than 2 years after our first visit.
If it doesn't work out, they'll make a change.
Oh.
How do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, I don't know, Miss Portman. I guess so.
What?
Does my mother know about it?
No,
or...
we haven't discussed it. Do you think you
This summer, Louis turned 13. Becoming a teenager, moving to a new school can be a scary thing, especially when you know that growing up and growing tall are not the same thing.
Miss Bowman, I just feel, and I think my mother probably feels it too. I'm a little, short for my age, and I just don't, they're all probably tall kids, and I just don't feel like having kids pushing me all over the place, That's the point, I don't mind going there, it's just that's the thing that I think, my mother's probably a little afraid of.
Right.
When I was younger, when I was like in, second and third grade, most second and third graders they're closer to my height anyway. Even some second and third graders were a little taller than me, but I'm talking like when I was 7 or 8 years old, but now I'm 13 and, I'm still small and I want to be taller. I wish I was the size that that I could be. I wish I was my regular size.
That's not only his dream, but his family's too.
How you doing?
His father, Joey, a New York City bus driver, used to believe he might find a cure to his son's illness, an illness caused by a cell deficiency.
Psychologically now, I think we handle it better than we did. Maybe I don't punch walls as often as I did, because then aside from the problem I did have, I have to spend money to repair the wall, so to speak. So, yeah, we have, we still have a problem, but I guess we handle it a little more calmer. But you never really get used to it. You never really, you don't really ever have peace of mind.
Would you bring Herman his right next to your lunchbox, Louis, is Herman's box? Thank you.
Mrs. Ciardulli, Dolly, has never lost her faith in the future, nor her pride in her son.
He's a self-taught child. I think it just was a gift. He was very little in an infant seat, sitting on the table, 8 months old, talking to me just the way he spoke now. Louis was never a baby, never a baby. I would have people come to my door and hearing me talking to this 8-month-old baby, and they'd yell out, "Dolly, you have company?" I said, "No, I'm talking to Louis."
That's Lisa, Louis's sister, on the right. This photograph was taken in a New York hospital 3 years ago, when her marrow was transplanted into his bones, an operation that for Louis's disease made medical history. And for a while, it seemed to work. Louis began to grow for the first time in 5 years.
I really don't know. That's what they say, but I'm almost like 4 feet, and I think that's what I was for a while. That's what they say. I really don't know. I don't feel any taller.
But now he has stopped growing, and those trips to the hospital in Manhattan, once filled with so much hope, are again filled with so much uncertainty. Another transplant, much riskier than the first one, is in the planning stage. His parents are convinced, and the doctors are convinced, that Louis cannot go on for long like this.
If we made a right turn and went to the corner,
65th Avenue would come to.
and that would be what to 155th?
Perpendicular.
Right. Can you feel the difference there between the sidewalk and the street?
Yeah.
What remains of his sight may be in jeopardy. His bones are becoming brittle, and a crippling break is feared. There is concern about pressure on his brain.
It's important for you to understand. That's why the traffic has to be controlled, because you don't want people or cars that are perpendicular to each other at that spot at the same time.
For the Ciardullis, the implications of this operation are much more serious than for the first one. In this operation, all of Louis's own marrow would be destroyed, totally replaced by marrow from his sister. He will survive only if the transplanted marrow begins to grow.
As long as we don't make any turns.
Turns.
The new procedure has been successful on one infant, partially successful on 2 others.
One day you're a bus driver, and the next day that somebody's telling you, listen, you have a decision to make about your son, and you know that the decision that you make could mean the difference between life and death.
I just don't like to be fooled. I like to know what danger I'm in. You know, I'm gonna have an operation. How dangerous is it? You know, I'm just giving you things as an example. I'm gonna have an operation. How dangerous is it? You know, tell me what's going on, what's gonna happen, what they're gonna do. You know, don't surprise me.
He knows everything. He knows about the radiation. I didn't lie to him, and I also told him, my exact words to him were, I said, I wouldn't put a rope around your neck and drag you up there if you really felt that strongly about not having it. I said, but it has to be your decision, you know, also, because, you know, I have a conscience to live with, and so does she, and I think you know what I'm trying to say.
What about Lisa? Have you discussed it with Lisa? Is she old enough to know what's happening?
We sat down and we spoke to Lisa, and we told her that Louis's transplant stopped working and it has to be done again. And she asked me who's going to do it. And I said, you. And she says to me, she cried, and she ran in her room, and she says to me, if I have to save his life, I'll save it.
So she understands now, obviously.
I think she understands too much now. The first time we were all blind to the situation. 200 needles around your pelvis area, you know, she remembers the pain she went through.
Lisa is 7 now. This was her first communion.
Only say the word, I shall be healed.
I believe in God, you know, I pray sometimes if things are not going well. Well, I pray all the time, but I pray extra harder when things are not going, you know, things are not going well, and if you want things to go right, then you gotta pray a little harder.
How about miracles? Do you believe in miracles?
I really don't know, Mort. They say they say they work. I guess so. I mean, I've heard some pretty strange stories, you know, about certain miracles. I guess that, you know, miracles do work.
I believe Louis is a miracle. From the time he was born. They told me 3 years, that's all. And the doctors don't understand how come he's still here. So I think we're starting on a miracle.
ceremony, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very nice. It was good.
Any family occasion for this family is a miracle. Louis, the only person known to medical science to have survived osteopetrosis beyond the age of 3.
I'll see you soon, Diane.
Okay, I'll see you during the week.
Yeah, all right.
Graduation day at PS 201.
Certificate of Award. This certifies that Louis Jarduli has earned special recognition and is hereby granted this Certificate of Award for being an inspiration to all of us at Public School 201 Queens, in witness whereof our signatures are hereto affixed, given this 23rd day of June, 1981, to Louis Jarduli.
For the Ciardulli family, a day full of pride, of awe, of wonder.
Mr. Coleman, teachers, fellow graduates, and parents. My name is Louis Ciardulli, and I represent Class 6126. I'm not happy about having to leave PS 201. I really like coming to this school. Everyone here is always so nice to me.
Louis, their miracle.
Thank you, Mrs. Boltman, for teaching me how to read and write in this world, in Braille. It will help me to get along in this world without my sight. Maybe someday my Braille classmates and I will be together again in college. We've spent many happy hours together when I was here.
We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
There seem to be a large number of people who love you and wish you well, and who are your friends.
Yeah, because I don't know how many people in school today said good luck. I wish you well. Good luck. I wish you well. Have a good summer. Good luck. I wish you well. Have a good summer. We're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you around here.
With spring gone and summer a memory, Louis's most sensitive season has arrived. He has refused to go to junior high school, afraid of what he might hear. That wall of protection, youth, that wall of love is being penetrated, and it hurts, unlike any other pain he has felt before.
If they call me, fat or shorty or stuff like that, and, but like when they constantly do it, or midget, gets annoying, and, just some people are very mean, and, I'm tired of them, doing that all the time.
But through it all, and with the future so uncertain, Louis and his family have managed to maintain their sense of humor, their pride, and their sense of perspective.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Smiling is better than crying. It's better than crying.